We are now joined by Stephen Jones, the Executive Vice President, CEO, and Director of Player Personnel for the Cowboys. Good afternoon, Stephen. It's always feeling really good when you guys take the lead against first-ballot Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and we have to end them like this. What's your overall feel coming out of that one?
Well, I think, we put ourselves, just where we wanted to be with an opportunity to win the game at the end. And, unfortunately, we had some tough penalties in that final drive that kind of messed up our clock management, and if you will. And, anytime you leave a Hall of Fame quarterback, probably greatest of all time, that kind of time on the clock to go get a field goal, even though we had the lead, we certainly knew that we were going to have to pull something out to hold on to the lead.
So a lot of times in games where a quarterback has to throw 58 times, it's because they're way behind and they're chasing. But in this one, I thought Chris Collinsworth during the game had a great quote when he said, Tampa Bay won a championship because of their front seven, and the Cowboys aren't playing against them. So it was almost like, hey, the run game's not working, we're going to throw it a bunch.
Yeah.
Were you happy with that? I know everybody would like to be balanced, but are you comfortable with the way that played out?
Yeah, I think for that particular team, it was Coach McCarthy and Kellen came up with a great offensive game plan and knew, we were going against the number one rushing defense in the league from last year, and they had everybody back and knew it was going to be a challenge. And certainly the way they lined up most of the game, really, they were intent on stopping the run. And I think there was a little bit, let's see if Dak can go out there and beat us throwing the ball around after all that he's been through. And, of course, I just can't say enough about what number 4 is all about. I mean, for him to be through what he's been through with his ankle injury, get through that, and then have the shoulder injury, and really just not get a lot of time on the job to step in there, against the world champions and go toe-to-toe with them. I thought he gave us every opportunity to win the game, and, we were just short a few plays here and a few plays there, and it's disappointing because, as much as other people may have doubted our chances to beat Tampa, I think our locker room, our coaches, internally, we really felt like we could beat them.
Yeah, Steve, and again, I'm really assuming, have you met with Coach this morning and maybe gone through what happened? I know you and your father watched the tape with the staff and stuff and kind of get an idea. Do you have any thoughts about the red zone, and have you talked to the coaches about the troubles you guys did have in the red zone last night?
Well, I mean, obviously that was the rub, and, not finishing with some kicks. Zerline obviously understands that. Saw some comments he made, but we have to be better there. I think we did a lot of the things, that were going to be very important to win in the football game, which is win the turnover battle, win the time of possession. We did a lot of good things there, but we do have to finish in the red zone. I think we'll improve on that as the season goes. But I really liked, the fight in our football team, and I just, as you said, we've got to get better in that red zone, finishing drives in the end zone, especially when you're playing against a great football team like the Buccaneers. You need field goals to be touchdowns, and you certainly got to get your field goal opportunities. But it was a hard-fought game, but very disappointing that we, for our team, our coaching staff, they really, really, really felt like we could win that football game.
It's Stephen Jones with us on the home of the Cowboys. You mentioned Greg Zuerlein, and I believe he played in one preseason game, and as we were getting towards the end there, I think a lot of people were getting a little bit nervous. Did you guys ever have a consideration of bringing in competition for him, or were you just that confident in his timeline?
Well, we're very confident in Zuerlein as our kicker, and just felt like that his timeline was on a good path, and felt like he was the best kicker out there for us. And so there wasn't going to be a competition because, as you said, Greg wasn't kicking. I mean, he wasn't able to really start kicking until the last couple of weeks. So we knew that was going to be the case, but not unlike Dak, we knew he wasn't going to be in preseason games either. And you just really felt like, and he did. I mean, I thought he answered the bell well after, he had the two misses there with the field goal and the extra point. But like he's always done, I think he'll he'll right his ship, and he's going to make a lot of big kicks for us and win a lot of football games for us.
Stephen, you always tell us that evaluation of personnel is a 24/7 job. As you look at your team last night, and I'm not trying to make this as a knee-jerk thing, but are all your potential improvements going to come within guys that are on injured lists and things like that? Are you looking at maybe adding a defensive tackle or adding another cornerback here after the first week or so of the season?
Like you said, I mean, we're just always evaluating. We'll, always look for ways to be better, ways to improve the bottom end of the roster. But as you're well aware, we have, I think, 6 players on injured reserve designated to return. We've got a player on the PUP list, and Tristan Hill that will obviously ultimately bring some help. So, we've got some good football players that aren't active right now. And, of course, we bring Zach off the COVID list, which is going to be a big plus. So, we'll continue to evaluate this football team. We'll have more meetings here as we move forward and see if there are opportunities to improve, then we'll certainly look at them.
You mentioned Martin coming off the COVID list. I guess, how is he feeling? It's 2 things. Connor McGovern filling in for him. How'd you guys think that he played? And is Zach feeling good when he's off the COVID list, ready to go play football?
Well, I thought Connor McGovern did a great job last night. You're playing against one of the best front sevens in football, as you mentioned earlier in the show, and I thought our guys held up well. And you don't ever totally replace an all-pro like Zach Martin. You're going to miss him. But I thought overall Connor McGovern played well. I thought in general our offensive line played well and protected well. And, we gave ourselves an opportunity to win the game. We just didn't finish. And, that's the next step for this team is to finish the game and win the game. And we've got a chance to have a really good football team this year. But, Zach coming back certainly helps, but, we all know in the NFL there's always going to be a challenge around every corner.
Stephen, your pass rush, and I know it's Tom Brady, it's 2.4 seconds, it's getting the ball out quick, it's an outstanding offensive line. When you got to watch the game, did you feel like that your pass rush was there, or is it something that might be a little bit of a concern going forward for you?
No, we don't think it's a concern. I think, you said it best. I mean, Tampa Bay had one of the best front sevens in football, and I think they got to Dak once, and we got some hits and pressures on Brady, but he does get it out quick. We knew it was going to be difficult, but I do think, we did a nice job with the rushes, and I think we're only going to get better. I know Basham's coming off a tough injury, and he was out there playing his ass off, but certainly probably wasn't 100%, and I just expect this group to get better as we go. You look at DeMarcus Lawrence, he's another player that didn't get many snaps in the preseason, but certainly played great football for us, and I think this group's only going to get better as we move forward.
Stephen is wondering if you can confirm. There was a report in the Dallas Morning News this morning in regard to the injury of Michael Gallup. They were calling it 3 to 5 weeks. Is that accurate, or do you have a different timeline for that and what the injury was? Yeah,
we're not ready to comment on our injuries yet. We're just getting our hands around all of it. Obviously, okay. We flew all night and just getting details, and I really don't want to comment on any of our injuries until we've really got our hands around it, and certainly do that at the appropriate time.
Well, Stephen, we appreciate the time every week when we get to talk to you, and good luck going forward. We'll be watching and pulling for you guys.
Always great to be on with you guys. Thanks.